Let's be honest, nobody really saw this one coming out this way, but here it is. The Lions have won 3 in a row and are looking like they might actually be on just the outside of the playoffs. Let's talk about that, another big win for Detroit, and a little bit more in today's Lions Talk Live. Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host, once again, Dan Thornton. Thank you for tuning in to this Lions Talk Live post-game edition. And who would have thunk it just 4 or 5 weeks ago? Everybody was complaining about the Lions. We don't have any talent. Everyone on the coaching staff should be fired. I was one of them. I'm going to be fair about that. I came after the coaching staff. But what are we seeing? The younger players, the rookies, the second-year players, even some of the third-year players are starting to produce. We're starting to see the coaching staff gain more and more experience in control games. All these things are leading up to good stuff for us. And what do you know? A 3-0, 3-game win streak for Detroit. We're now just, depending on what happens the rest of today and tomorrow, possibly as little as a game out of the playoffs. And we're heading into Thanksgiving with potentially an opportunity to get even closer to the playoff push. Let's dive into today's game. First half defense. I don't think, anybody could say it was a stellar performance, but were there any big mess-ups? Were there any big mistakes? Any big miscommunications that led to something? No. The defense played very sound in the first half and got a couple pressures. Hutchinson made another pick. This guy might not ever be an elite pass rusher like, some of the greatest ever like, Bruce Smith or Lawrence Taylor or whoever. But look at all the aspects of the game as a rookie, halfway into his, first season in the NFL, he is making. He's got, 5.5 sacks coming today. Obviously he got his second pick today. He's great in run support. He's emerging more and more and more. And while there may not be that stellar star so far out of the 2022 rookie class, he's looking pretty sound. And anybody who thought maybe this guy was going to be a bust when they drafted him or after the first few games, I think we can all say he's not going to be a bust. But Hutchinson, Barnes, Kuda before he left the game when concussion protocol, Jerry Jacobs, whoever you want to say, they're all starting to get better, more confident, and starting to produce. You're seeing the team emerge, especially on that defensive side of the ball. And that's really something. Early in the year, we all know it. Hey, the offense was off the charts. The defense was nowhere to be seen. Now it seems like we're kind of balancing out both sides of the ball. Offense isn't as explosive as it once was. Defense isn't as bad as it once was. So they're balancing out. They're minimizing mistakes, and you're starting to see progression throughout the game. Goff, he's hit or miss, but it does seem, while he was great at the start of the year, then kind of tailed off. Last few weeks, let's all be fair. While he's not great, he's not killing the team either. It's hard to really pick anything apart with the coaching staff like we talked about earlier. I thought they made great calls throughout the game. Nothing really ground shaking, but nothing that any fan in the stands is going to sit around and go, why'd you do that? The team is getting better. The offense, especially when DJ Chark gets a couple more reps, we assume Josh Reynolds will probably be back against Buffalo on Thanksgiving, or at least the week after that. And then maybe even Jameson Williams. At that point, this team could really be set up to do something. And if a few things go our way the rest of today with game results, and then tomorrow, like we said at the start of this episode, we might only be one game out of the playoff, and that's playoff push. And man, that's, considering where we were just weeks ago, that's really saying something. One thing I would say that is an area for concern me is DeAndre Swift. He had one run where he did something, but really seems ineffective. I don't know if he's lost his confidence. He's afraid to get hit. But Jamal Williams has proven to be the feature back, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Jackson is proving to be a more than capable backup, and he's given them a change of pace here and there. So I'm going to say the Lions coaching staff is going to probably stick with this three-headed monster at the running back position for the foreseeable future, and I think that's probably a good thing. It will keep all three of them a little bit healthier. But let me know what you thought of today's game. Big win for us. It wasn't pretty all the time, but probably one of our more complete games ever. And I'm just going to say this. The Lions really are trending upwards, and we're probably becoming a team many teams do not want to face. Let's talk about the third quarter now. Kind of, nothing really happened on offense, nothing big. We did drive down and add 2 the halftime score. But other than that, we were kind of just back and forth with the Giants. The one good thing I will talk about is, so Kirby Joseph, he didn't have a great game against Chicago. We talked about the rookie. He's going to have moments of ups and downs, but yet this playmaker made another play, picking off Daniel Jones, giving 2 Detroit rookies picks in the game. You know, what can we say other than the defense continues to get better and better behind its younger talent? We still struggle stopping running quarterbacks. Daniel Jones got out, too often. Teams clearly know they can attack us with it, and give New York credit. They did it again and again, especially on that 4th and 1 just before the start of the fourth quarter. All right, well, that's going to do it for today's version of Lions Talk Live post-game edition. If you have any thoughts, comments, things you want to throw at us, go ahead and leave in the comments section below. And again, as always, if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. If you can just spend 2 seconds hitting the subscribe button and then go ahead and hit the like button, I surely would be thankful. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and thank you once again for tuning in and taking time out of your day to watch Lions Talk Live. Go Detroit!